Today we're jumping into something I wish someone had explained to me years ago: financial literacy. I know it sounds boring, but stick with me, it's just another way of saying how to not suck with money. In this video, I'm going to break it down into simple, easy-to-understand segments. No judgment if your bank account looks a little sad, that's why you're here, right? By the end of this video, you'll have some simple tools to start getting your money game back on track. Pay particular attention to the segments at the end to gain peak financial physique. Let's get right to it. Okay, first things first, what is financial literacy? It's basically knowing how money works, and more importantly, how to make it work for you. It's about budgeting, saving, not drowning in debt, and eventually even making your money grow over time. And don't worry, we're not breaking out calculators and spreadsheets, not yet anyway. Let's start with the big one, budgeting. I know it sounds daunting, but hear me out. It's like giving your money a GPS. Without it, you're just driving blind, spending on random stuff, and then wondering why you can't afford pizza by the end of the month. So, how do you budget? First, figure out how much money's coming in. This will be your paycheck, side hustles, alimony, or whatever. Let's say you make $2,000 a month after taxes. Cool, that'll be your starting point. Next, list out what you need to spend on. Things like rent, groceries, phone bill, that kind of stuff. Maybe that's $1,200. What's left over? $800. This will be your extra disposable income. Save it, or use it for entertainment or new shoes. A simple trick people love is the 50-30-20 rule. It goes like this. You spend 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% goes to savings or paying off debt. So with that $2,000, that's $1,000 for needs, $600 for wants, and $400 to stash away or tackle that credit card bill. I have another video that goes over the 50-30-20 rule, so be sure to check that out. It doesn't have to be set in stone. You should adjust it to what works well for you, but the idea is to stick close to these distributions. Oh, and pro tip? Use an app if writing it down feels like homework. The goal is to efficiently track where your money comes from and where it goes. Think opposite of the government. Alright, next topic is saving. Let's face it, saving money isn't all that glamorous. It's putting off immediate gratification in return for solid gains later. You don't have to put away tons at first. It's about starting small and being consistent. Even $20 every paycheck can add up. Why save? Well, life loves throwing curveballs. Your car breaks down, lose your phone, or your dog needs surgery because he ate the kids' Legos. Whatever. Having an emergency fund is like a safety net so you're not freaking out when things happen. Aim for $500 to start. That's enough to cover most small disasters. Eventually, you want 3 to 6 months of expenses, but don't stress if that feels far off. The key is to start small and be consistent. If you can commit to that, then the momentum will come. Here's a simple way to get started. Set up a separate savings account and automate it. Tell your bank to deposit $50 from every paycheck before you even see it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And don't touch it unless it's a legit emergency. Now let's talk about debt. I have a lot of favorite 4-letter words, but this isn't one of them. But still, it's a word nobody likes to hear. A lot of us have it. Student loans, credit cards, that random buy now, pay later thing you forgot about. First off, you're not a failure if you've got debt. For a lot of people, it's just a part of life. But knowing how to deal with it strategically is key. Probably the most important thing to remember is don't let it spiral out of control. Let's take credit cards, for example. Say you have a $5,000 balance and you only make the minimum payment every month. If your interest rate is 18%, it will take you over 20 years to pay it off. And by the end, you will have paid more than the original balance in interest alone. There are 2 ways you can tackle it: the snowball method or the avalanche method. I discussed this in another video, but basically, snowball is where you pay off the smallest debt first to rack up some quick wins. Avalanche is where you hit the highest interest rate first to save money long term. Whichever one you choose, just be sure to stay consistent and focused. Let's talk about your credit score. Think of it like your money report card, and it matters more than you think. If you want a car, an apartment or mortgage, or even some jobs, then you better have a decent credit score. It's a number between 300 and 850 that says how good you are with borrowing, and more importantly, repaying money. A score greater than 700 shows potential lenders that you are a solid investment. The higher your number, the more likely lenders will be willing to take a risk in giving you money. How do you keep it in the good range? Simple. Pay your bills on time. Really, that's like 90% of it. Don't max out your credit cards. Keep the balance under 30% of your limit if you can. And don't open several new accounts in a short amount of time. That looks shady. You can check your score for free with apps like Credit Karma or even your bank. You can also go to annualcreditreport.com and get a free credit report from all 3 reporting agencies: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Bonus tip: be sure to pull your credit reports annually and check for anything that looks out of place and report it immediately. Now let's shift to making our money work for us. I know investing sounds intimidating, like, do I need a suit and a briefcase and drive a Maserati? Nope. It's simply putting your money somewhere it can earn over time, like planting a seed. For beginners, start with something low-key like a high-yield savings account. It's not going to make you rich, but it's safe and beats the 0.01% your regular bank will give you. Then, if you're feeling brave, look at something like an index fund. It's basically a basket of stocks that tracks the market, giving you low risk, decent reward. You don't need to be a genius at picking stocks either. Just let it ride. Say you put $100 a month into an index fund with a 7% average return. In 10 years, that's like $17,000, and you only put in $12,000. That's how you make your money work for you. Apps like Robinhood or Acorns make it really easy to start small. As with any investment, only put in money you can afford to watch and potentially lose. A slow and steady approach is the way to go. Budgeting, saving, eliminating debt, building credit, and investing. Have a good foundational understanding of these topics, and you'll be well on your way to not stressing about money 24/7. If this was helpful, then be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. You can check out my other videos like this one here.